Hello, welcome to Beth Roars, where we look at your favourite singers to find out what makes them them. This video is in association with Skillshare. I keep on working with Skillshare as they have loads of great classes on lots of different topics. I even gifted a Skillshare membership to my sister for her birthday as she wanted to learn while in lockdown and has a wide variety of skills and interests at different levels. Skillshare was the perfect gift for her as they offer thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics from painting to logo design, from photography to typography, and from self-discovery to discovering your creative voice. And of course, singing. Most classes are under 60 minutes with short lessons to fit any schedule, which is really handy for a busy creative, and there are classes for every skill level. So whether you want to learn something new or already have a knowledge base, there's something for you. The first 1,000 to click on the link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Bon Jovi is really interesting because, well, for one, Billboard magazine ranked him as the 50th most influential person in the music industry. That's massive. And also, his voice has changed a lot throughout the years. So this video is from 2012, so his voice has aged a little bit, but it hasn't had that major shift that people often talk about. And I kind of wanted to have a listen and see what's going on at this point in his life and talk about maybe why it's changed.
We've got to hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot, say oh, happy then.
Okay, I already heard some really interesting things. His voice, it sounds amazing. One of the things he did was, we're halfway there. He got rid of any of those consonants on the top there because it's really high and consonants get in the way of your breath support. But I did notice some little things. Now, first of all, I want to point out that anyone who has a schedule like Bon Jovi does, John Bon Jovi has, then it's really hard on your voice. People don't think of it like this enough, but singing it's really athletic. You are really pushing your body, and if you're singing rock anthems, really high rock anthems, and he always does it in the original key, then it's quite harsh on your voice. It's like playing a sport, but then you have to do it day after day after day. So anyone who has a schedule like this, you're at risk of hurting your voice in some way or losing the control that you once had, especially after years and years of singing. Now, you could hear on those initial notes that he was using quite a lot of breath. He would be like, where? And you'd get this initial punch of breath. And this is something to be really aware of. If you're someone that's losing their voice a lot, making sure that you're starting each note, not with a glottal or with loads of breath coming through. Both of those starts can be quite harsh on your voice. You want to start the note and the sound at the same time. And that could take a little bit of training. It can be quite tricky to do, but it really, really is something that can save your voice. And pick your moments to use that breath or to use those pops really wisely so that it isn't becoming harsh and tiring on your voice if you're using it a lot. It's such good writing. Okay, just before you start singing, this is all reminding me of how songs are written and how the architecture of buildings really affect how we write music. So way before this, people wrote Gregorian chant in big old boomy churches because the delay, because the reverb and the echo was so much. Then they didn't want quick moving phrases because it would all get kind of mushy and all the notes would clash together and you wouldn't really want to hear that. And a similar thing kind of happens here in arenas. We have this whole era of arena rock where you get these massive big venues where you get a lot of, it takes a long time for the sound to travel, so it can get quite muddy. So one of the things that people did was they slowed down the music and they have these really epic tunes that you have a lot of space within. And I just find that really, really interesting. If you think through most music and where it started, was it outside, was it in a small music venue, or was it built for an arena? The music is designed for that space. It's so fascinating.
Tommy used to work on the docks. Beating one shack, he down on his luck. It's terrible, so terrible. She works a diner all day, working for a man. She brings all my paper for love.
Nice.
They say we gotta hold on.
Sounds solid at the top. Okay, he's being super clever here. Those super high notes, he's leaving it to the audience, and he might sing them later on to like have a go at them, but that's with songs that are really difficult like this, sometimes that's a great tool, just being like, audience, can you sing this? I feel like, to me, if he came into my studio, I would be like, it sounds like there might be the start of something, and it's really, really common with the rock singers who are trying to sing in stadiums because you feel like you have to push lots and lots of air and pressure out to make a big noise. And something that if you're in a big venue or you're just someone who feels like they have to push air, remember that your microphone is there to take that for you. Your microphone can do all that work for you. You're never by yourself going to be able to sing over the sound of drums or guitars or to a whole stadium. Let the microphone do the work. And I think that you can kind of hear that sort of thinner sound that you get with the early stages of a little bit of vocal damage, perhaps. It's hard to tell without him talking about it and without someone looking at his vocal cords specifically, but there are definite little things that he's doing that are quite harsh. He still sounds wicked though. I like how he's using the vocoder type thing. And then going down on these sections. Are you guys singing along? You better be. Yeah, you can hear it a little there. So in general, the way that he's approaching things, he is going to a nice mix, which is fantastic. He doesn't seem to have any tongue tension, doesn't seem to have jaw tension. The main thing is breath, and I think the real problem with most singers, the things that causes any vocal issues or loss of control over time or swelling in the vocal cords, it's just not having enough time to rest. And you see it again and again. People often say like, oh, rock stars, this never happened to rock stars. I mean, so many rock stars from like the 70s and the 80s have vocal issues, and the ones that don't really cared for their voices, like really did. So it isn't something that's new. It's just also maybe people know what it is now a little bit more, and there's a little bit more vocal science around all these vocal pathologies. It's really interesting. Just using the audience again is such a great tool. Well done. Well done, man. That is really wise singing, and it's something that I would definitely recommend when you have show after show, when your voice is a little tired, whatever's going on with your voice. Just, if you have an epic anthem like this, let the audience sing it. People love to be involved. It brings people, I love a sing-along. It's a really great tool. It means that people become part of that song. The song doesn't work without the audience, and as an audience member, that feels so fun and so great to be a part of. And these songs are so epic and well written, and his voice has been fantastic on them, and it's fantastic here. So he's just making sure that the moments that he does sing are really solid, and anything that he's like, I'm not so sure about today, it could be just that day, then he lets the audience do. Why not? I also want to point out that Jon Bon Jovi is just a wonderful man. He's actually founder of the Jon Bon Jovi Soul Foundation, which aims to combat homelessness. Go check them out. I think it's wicked. How amazing must that feel? Have that many people singing your song back at you. I don't know these people.
Prince Christie, thank you for everything you do. Governor and Governor, from my heart, thank you. Good night.
Good night, Bon Jovi, Jon Bon Jovi. I find his voice so interesting, and he's a fantastic singer and a fantastic performer and writer and the whole package, really. And it's interesting to hear how his voice has changed throughout the years, and to talk about what we can all do to save our voice if we were having a career like Bon Jovi. Yeah, not many of us have that career though, do we? Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.